Hello everyone. So, another shooting has happened. Sad but true. And of course, this gives reason for the gun control nuts to come out and try and get regulation after regulation after regulation passed. More gun control, and that's all you hear about for weeks after a televised shooting. And I do mean a televised shooting, and I'll get into that in a minute. So, I mean, we always hear about this, so is there any credence to it? Is there any factual evidence that shows that gun control works at all? Let's take a look. So let's talk about the AR-15. You know the AR-15. It's that scary black rifle they always plaster all over the news with all kinds of crap bolted to it and say, look at this, civilians can own this thing. Well, let's see how often that's actually used in any homicide. So while there's no specific data for just an AR-15 or just an AK-47 or any of these quote-unquote scary assault rifles, it would appear that in the year 2016, 374 murders were done with any rifles at all, and a much lower number with AR-15s. Now that is in comparison to the 7,105 murders done with semi-automatic handguns. Now this statistic is backed up by the ultra-liberal Huffington Post, who says that very few people, thousands of people get shot every year, and we all know this. But very few people actually get shot and killed with assault rifles. Now I know what you're saying, that's individual homicides and just the murder rate and all that, but mass shootings, the AR-15 has to be responsible for more mass shootings than anything else, right? Well, as you can see here, rifles of any sort, and that's rifles of any sort, not just AR-15. So AR-15 is going to be a lower number. Rifles of any sort are used 43 times from 1982 to 2017 compared to the 99 times that semi-automatic handguns, that's just semi-automatic handguns, like your basic self-defense handgun, from 1982 to 2017. Revolvers is an even lower number. So handguns are your semi-automatic handguns, your standard defensive carry handgun that any cop would have, that any civilian would have, concealed carried, is people use those more than twice as often in mass murders and mass shootings than with any rifle at all, much less the AR-15. I know what you're saying. This has nothing to do with whether gun control actually works or not. You're just talking statistics about the AR-15. Well, of course I am, because that is what's shoved in everybody's face in the media, and the one that's considered scary and evil, and why should civilians ever own this rifle? Well, if the AR-15 was anything other than an inanimate object, it would be the innocent party in the room. So let's get down to gun control. Does it work? Gun control. 1994 assault weapons ban. It had to have worked, right? 1994 assault weapons ban. I've seen article after article that says we should bring back the assault weapon ban because of how well it worked. Well, sorry, that's another strike for gun control. So as you can see here, in 1994, when the assault weapon ban was put into place, the murder rate was 9.0 per 100,000 people. And at the end of it, when it sunsetted in 2004, it was 5.5. And I know, gun control nuts, you're telling yourself, haha, see, it worked. It went from 9.0 to 5.5. Well, what happened after it sunsetted? Murder rate must have gone skyrocketed, right? Wrong. So as you can see, in 2005, a year after the assault rifle ban or assault weapon ban sunsetted, the murder rate stayed about the same and then steadily declined until 2016. But by 2015, we were a whole point lower than the median of the assault rifle ban. Now that's after gun sales, record-breaking, amounts of guns every year is being bought. Year after year, Black Friday after Black Friday, we see it all the time. Record gun sales, higher, much higher gun ownership. Gun control doesn't work. We see it time and time again. We see it with the cities that have high gun restrictions, but also high murder rates. We see it in the numbers, we see it in the statistics, we see it in the facts. Gun control doesn't and never will work. Now you see these gun control nuts, they come out of the woodwork after every televised shooting, and I told you I'd get back to this. The televised shootings. Well, why is it televised shootings? Well, because if they truly cared about every life, if they truly cared about every life taken with any gun whatsoever, they would be at this 365 days a year. Why? Not because the United States is so dangerous, but because every month and every weekend there are dozens of gangbangers in Chicago, Baltimore, New Orleans, LA, Detroit, that gun each other down every weekend. But a pile of black gangbangers and their crying, sobbing single moms that are standing over the bodies does not make as effective as a platform to stand on as a pile of children from a school. And that's why you see them out after these televised shootings, because it's schools. It's these sort of things that get televised. It's not the things that happen in Chicago, Detroit, Baltimore and things like that. Those don't get televised. They get maybe a back page of the newspaper. So it's not about all lives with these people. It's not about actually caring about lives that guns take or people with guns take. It's about being able to stand on the right pile of bodies in order to pass an agenda. So yes, they're at it again. Don't let them win. Don't give up your guns. Don't give up your rights. Because that's really what gun control is. It's rights control. Because if we try to apply any of their options, any of the background checks, any of the mental health checks, any of the licensing or training, if we applied any of those ideas to the other 9 amendments of the Bill of Rights, they would lose their mind. But it's okay for guns, apparently. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you later.